Hi there, I'm Kyle Sisson, the creator of the hit website EliteMinersClub.com, and I want to thank you for stopping by and watching our new video series on how to prospect for diamonds in Arkansas. This video series is tailored to beginners and is also tailored to be able to go take a trip to the Crater of Diamond State Park in Murfreesboro, Arkansas. Before we get into today's video, I would like to share with you my personal thoughts on why I started the mining club to begin with. And it's because prospecting in general is fun. It's great to get outdoors, it's good for your physical and mental well-being, and it's just exciting every single time that you pull up something precious, whether it be a gemstone, some gold, some silver, anything that comes out of the ground that you put your hard work into is some satisfaction that you can take pride in. And for that, I want to give back all the information that I've learned on how to find diamonds to you, the new person. And with that said, today I'll cover the equipment that you're going to want to use on your trip, specifically the screen boxes and the vital tools to dig with. Well, after that, we'll cover the material that you're looking for and the size classifications you want to get that material to before you start your final diamond recovery process to find that diamond. You want to be able to classify it to the right sizes to be able to get a smooth surface at the very end to be able to spot that beautiful gemstone. And finally, we'll wrap up this video with probing. Probing is very important to find the diamond deposits in the ground to be able to get that gravel, to be able to wash it and find the diamond. Let's start by talking about the equipment that you're going to want to take along with you on your trip. And those important tools are going to be a shovel, a rake, some prospecting screens, and your buckets. Now, it's best to work smarter and not harder, and bring yourself a wagon and carry your tools along with you. It can be a long day walking from place to place and from the parking lot to the search field to the wash stations, and you can wear yourself out if you're not carrying your tools around with a wagon. Now, there are other items that you are going to want to take along with you on your trip, whether you're camping or in an RV. And for a complete list of those items, you can download our pre-trip checklist on our website, EliteMinersClub.com. Now let's talk about the screen boxes for just a little bit more, because those are the most important item that you have in your toolbox. And what I have is two different types. You'll see people use these screens that you normally see prospecting for gold. But right now you're just classifying your material out like I have laid out here in front of you. And so these will work just fine if that's what you can find to purchase. More likely, the screen boxes that you find around the Crater of Diamonds is going to be a square. And it's best to start out with a square screen if you can purchase one, because it makes it a lot easier during the second process stages of washing. You're going to be moving around a lot, and you'll be able to keep track of your motions a lot better. This screen is a 1/4 inch on top and a 1/16 on bottom, and it works great for beginners. Let's continue on with the material. What I have here is the top layer in this pan, and I wanted to show you how colorful that is. That's exact same color that you're going to find that material in the ground. You're going to find a layer of gravel, and we'll show you in the probing system with this demonstration here right in front of me how to find those diamond deposits later on in this video. But what I have in this top box is all the bigger rocks that you're going to find in your top screen of the 1/2 inch and higher. Now, you're going to find jaspers and all quartz and all, like I said, all those indicator rocks that are heavy, but when you look through your top screen, you'll be able to point out a diamond if it's that big right off the bat. So you can take this layer and search through it and then toss it off to the side to get out of the way, because you don't really want these in your box during the second phase, because they really just wreak havoc on your fingers, they take up space, and you really just don't want those in there. So besides the good looking ones that you want to keep, these are really no good for you for the final stages. The next size down I have is a 1/4 inch, and this is, like I said, You can see the color from here. And I will have up close pictures on this video for you to be able to see a little bit closer than what you can see here. I've tried several different types of camera angles, and I think the best thing is just take a picture close up so you can be able to see it. This one is great because besides finding a diamond this big, you'll be able to find quartz crystals that are just gorgeous, amethyst, and then those spinels. And next I have 1/8 inch, and that's what's in this pan. As you can see, it's very fine, and from this size to 1/4 inch is the range that you're going to really find your diamonds. Anything below 1/8 of an inch, you're really not going to find diamonds the size that you want. They're going to be 1-point diamonds, and those are great for gifts and stuff like that, but they're not going to hold that much value. And finally, like I said, in the bottom pan here is that sediment. It's just dirt. As you can see, it looks solid as a rock, and that's what it is. It's all that organic material that is that's been broken down over 95 million years. That material has been sitting there, weathering and eroding, waiting for you to come along to find the diamonds inside. Now, what I have here is a collagen. Collagen is what all this material is, not just broken down. So you'll find these, and these are a great indicator rock as well, that you're in that gravel deposit in the ground. And finally, let's talk about probing. Why is it important? Well, it's the way to find diamond deposits under the ground that nobody has found for years or even decades. One of my trips that I took, we found a 10-point diamond 10 feet down on the ground on a deposit from the old tailing piles from the 1900s when they did production there. It's the same as gold. They didn't have as good of diamond recovery systems in place, so in those tailing piles still had some diamonds left over. And besides that, when they're doing industrial sized diamonds, they're usually looking for the bigger ones, and the lower ones, they don't have the screen sizes to really deal with because they don't really hold the value to be able to turn into anything commercial. So the way that you probe is going to be, you're going to set yourself up on the ground, find yourself a 10-foot section, and you're going to want to put a tic-tac-toe grid on the ground. Okay, and this is the reason. The reason being is so that you're able to keep track of the little spots, because you could be 6 inches to a foot left or right and still not hit that deposit. So it's important to be systematic through each spot. Okay, so what I have here is kind of a setup of a demonstration of how you probe. Okay, I have the top section, as you can see down here, is kind of bluish tint, and then I put in a deposit of sand here to be able to see that and see the deposit in the screen here. And then on top is kind of a reddish color. And on top, you're standing up here on the top of the ground, and this is your tic-tac-toe board up here. Okay, so you take your metal rod and you have to saturate the ground first. You might have to pour lots of water on it and get it soaked and let it set for a little bit before you start probing through the ground. Because when you start probing through the ground, it can be difficult when you're going through the different layers. But the way that you probe is you take your probe to the ground and you twist and you push down. Okay? When you're doing that, it's going through the different layers, a lot of clay, and you won't hear anything. Okay? You won't hear anything resonating back. And that's what the really cool thing about probing is that it takes the resonating sound in the ground. Like when you're hitting deposit, it sounds like you're rubbing against broken glass, okay? And so when you're twisting. And also, it's going to be as hard as concrete in there, okay? It's been sitting there for a long time being compressed by that ground. So it's almost like you're going to hit it and you're not going to go any deeper, okay? That's how you kind of know you're on a deposit. Regardless of how thin the layer is, it's still going to be pretty tough. All right. So you take your rod and you twist it and you push it in the ground and you continue to do that until you can't go down no farther with either your probe or you've hit something. There are some things that you might hit, like roots or other items that have been in the ground from the days that they did prospect there commercially, which sometimes happens. And what's best to do on that is just move over an inch and then do it again, because you'll be able to see your probing hole as you dig down. You'll see where that probing hole is at, and it's kind of really cool. And probes do come in different sizes. They come from 4 feet all the way to 10 feet. And if you're a serious digger, you're going to want to do the 10-foot probe, because a lot of times they plow the fields, but they only break up the top foot of material. And so that you really want to be able to get further down than a 4-foot probe. But if a 4-foot probe is all you can find to buy, great. You'll be able to find deposits around that park. It's 37 square acres, and so you'll be able to find a spot for yourself to dig. Tell you what, folks, I've had some fun today showing you a little bit about prospecting and what the knowledge that I have to be able to get back to you. Now, if you haven't checked out our website yet, please do so by clicking the link in the description box down below. And there we have plenty of geological surveys for free that are in our library, as well as our hit ebook, How to Find Diamonds, that's available at our gift shop, along with all of our fan gear and merchandise. Until next time, I'm Kyle Sisson with EliteMinersClub.com. Happy hunting, folks.